session, but good luck everybody and have fun.
Hello everybody, hope you're all good. This is my workshop today. It's called Actor with a Pencil, Character Designing for Animation. Here is a wonderful kind of first slide for you guys here. As you can see, there's a little face of mine kind of in the top right hand corner. Feel free to ask about that at any point, and I'm sure I'll answer you in the Q&A section later on. It's a little taste of what you got to get into. I'm going to show you a little show reel here. It is my first ever show reel after university. It is absolutely terrible. I'm sorry for what you're about to hear. I've got the same track over both my show reels just because I had to re-edit this one because it had no sound originally and I couldn't find a better track. So enjoy. Wonderful. And hopefully you can see some improvement of my more recent work. Some of this stuff is from my my master's course that I did very recently. So like you guys, I was a student as well until very recently. Wonderful. The first one was in 2011 and the second one was in 2025. So I edited it for this particular workshop here. I am Lawrence Bicknell. I'm program leader for the BA Hons Animation at South Essex College of Further and Higher Education, and I'm, as specific for, a freelancer in everything from illustration to animation. I'm going to be working on a project very soon, in fact, that I'm incredibly excited about. Do some adverts for a Kickstarter campaign, so that's going to be fun. Here is some of my other work that I've done. Some of this is kind of miscellaneous for kind of various either like t-shirts designs or kind of like animation projects that I've had in the past. The one on the far left hand side was merely a poster that I did for my students when I was teaching GCSE art. I ran that course and that was quite cool, and decided to do some fun things with that. Here's some tattoo designs that I did for various kind of friends and family for a little bit of cash here and there. Various kind of themes going on here that you can see. I do a lot of kind of pen and ink work as well, lots of traditional stuff, as well as digital kind of stylings here and there. And if you saw some of the characters that I did in my show reel from before, I evolved them over time. So there's no end to what you can do with a character when you start off with it in university. If you progress it and you're going to get further with it, hey, you might get picked up for a TV show or something like that. That hasn't happened to me yet, but I still like drawing these characters and continuing to do little things with them again and again and again. I do a little bit of kind of print work as well. I've continued that kind of throughout my time kind of teaching, and I find it quite therapeutic and fun to do. And here's two designs and then some more of my chef character. He's called Jacques. For you guys, if you are kind of wanting to get onto the Padlet, you're more than welcome to. Here is a nice QR code with my image here, kind of scrawled onto it. I'll put a little URL in here just for me to show you kind of how to kind of use this. Anywhere on here, you can kind of double click or you can tap on your screen if you're using it on your phones, and you can put a little subject in here. So I'm going to call this subject. I'm going to put something beautiful in here. And should you want to, you can add a kind of document, like an image or something like that, or camera kind of capture in there. And then you can hit return and it should kind of send it off into here. So if you do have any questions or anything like that you want to do, then please pop it into our little Padlet here. I'm going to delete this draft by pressing X in the top left-hand corner and then pressing delete, that big delete button there. Let's get back to the presentation. Oh, whoops, daisy. So I've got a little kind of thing here, and I'm going to use my phone as a timer. I like to promote positive kind of phone use in my classes, and my first kind of bit of positive kind of use of the phone here is my clock app. So I'm going to time 5 minutes for you. I'm going to give you 5 minutes in order to draw a hero or a villain character. I don't mind which one. You're more than welcome to kind of use whatever kind of is at your disposal. So traditional stuff, and take a photo, send it to the Padlet. Or if you're using a tablet, do it on your tablet, or a drawing tablet on your computer, you're more than welcome to use that. If you have extra time, please draw a villain if you drew a hero, and draw a villain if you drew a hero. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do so. It's completely up to you what you draw. What is your idea of a hero? You've got 5 minutes starting from now. Boom, 5 minutes. Go, go, go. Purely a starter activity. Don't have to finish it. It's absolutely fine. So throughout this, I might start to kind of draw as well. So, you know, could be anything. Gonna do a little doodle here. Doesn't have to be good. I'm gonna draw a little bit kind of rough and ready today. Usually on a tablet screen, but unfortunately, I have to make do with a non-tablet screen, just for ease of access and sharing kind of multiple screens at once. That'd be a bit balance.
So for those who have just joined, this is a very quick starter task. We're just spending 5 minutes drawing what a hero or a villain looks like to you. That's what we're doing at the minute.
And of the time that you got left, you got 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Let's draw Morgan. Oh, I did forget to mention that my pronouns are he and him as well. Sorry for those who are wondering. That's a foot. That works. I'm going to call him Barry. Barry Dave. Here we go. Meet Barry Dave. Is the hero, and he has a massive forehead. Not mine. Yeah, don't forget to pop your stuff in the Padlet afterwards. I'll have a look at kind of what you're doing to go along. Give you maybe like a little preview of what's to come.
People are adding to Padlet already, which is amazing.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And yeah, don't feel like you have to finish. I draw quite quickly, and I literally do not plan anything when I start drawing. I literally will just draw sometimes, unless I'm doing a commission. But otherwise, always plan when you've got a commission. Okay, make it look good. Let's do a bad guy. cheat a little here because I'm going to use one of my favorite designs in modern cartoons. It's going to be the Kingpin. Or a version of the Kingpin anyway. We've got 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. Very smart looking Kingpin. Not my intention. A couple of little spots on his head. Why not? Get some pockets. Oop. Do that. Look. And okay.
All right, finish up those designs, get them on
Yeah.
Padlet, and we'll have a looky. It's lovely to see the real range of visual styles already from
I
everyone.
like sort of a little gander at everyone's stuff. Whoa, we've got loads. Look at this. Some lovely stuff here. we got some veterans here. Got some veterans. So we've got 2 seconds. 1. Oh, and that sound. Feel the vibes. Right, we are going to give you some feedback here. We're going to go back to the Padlet. I'm going to go choose 3 at random, and don't forget to give some feedback to your fellow kind of workshoppers as well. Please feel free to. There are a couple of things that I want to go through before I give feedback. For you guys, I want you to give something that you think that they did right in your opinion, something to improve on, and be realistic as well. And then something else that they did right. And no matter how silly it sounds, you could just like the way that the teeth are drawn, like on this one. I love that. I love those teeth. They are perfectly fine teeth. I love them. Kind of reminds me of there was a program kind of in the mid 2000s called Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids. That reminds me of that. Thank you, B Tester. I'm going to choose this one. This looks like a classic villain from Lord of the Rings. Lovely stuff. I like the way that this one is quite clearly a villain character. We've got lots of spikes going on here. Got a nice use of your triangle kind of lines. We've got the evil eyes with no kind of pupils. Another classic kind of look here. And we got some lovely kind of menacing swords and dual welding as well. Lovely. Kind of reminds me of a D&D character that I used to have like many moons ago. One thing that I would perhaps kind of improve on kind of here is try and kind of think about like the way that that cape kind of like shrouds your character there. Like maybe have it kind of like waving off kind of menacingly, kind of giving us a full kind of look at the silhouette of that character. But the main silhouette here, very nice and clear. Absolutely love this one. Well done. Well done. Let's have a look at Trey, the evil alien overlord. Really taking that triangle to its like absolute kind of like limit here. I love the use of the pentagon kind of on here to give you a nice kind of simple shape. And I like the little kind of like wiggly, kind of like evil looking kind of arms there. Nice. And if you even thought about having like a little kind of insignia or like a bit of signage on their lapel there. Wonderful, wonderful. I like the triangle pointing downwards. Kind of gives me like an idea of this character perhaps being dumb as well. Oh no, smart. My apologies. Triangle pointing down is smart. I like the idea that this guy is actually smart now in my head. Okay, let's change that. And one thing I think about with this one is try and think of like all 3 dimensions when you're drawing. I know it's difficult when you've got like a tiny kind of amount of time to do something really quickly, but try and think of like how that character might look from a slightly kind of different angle as well. I would look at like yourself in the mirror as well. Maybe try kind of drawing like different poses there. I think that will really, really help you just to give that maybe a bit of curvature to that face. Unless they're a 2D alien, evil alien overlord, and then this will be absolutely fine. But going forwards, give 3D a bit of your love as well. And let's choose. Ooh, there are there's some clear villains here. I'm going to try and do one that might not be a villain. I hope this is not a villain, because this looks like a person I'd like to meet on the street. So Binglesworth, this is really, really cool. Reminds me of I've got a friend who graduated about the same time as me, called Ben Allen. He's a local kind of animator, illustrator, and just general kind of creator. And he draws very, very similar to this. This is lovely. I love the circular kind of shapes that are going on here. Kind of makes me kind of like feel very kind of nice and warm to this character. I like the kind of squared off jaw, or slightly squared off jaw on this side. Kind of gives me an idea of what angle they're kind of going from here. Something to improve on. I want to see the rest of that body. Like, this looks like a very fine kind of sir kind of in here. I'm absolutely loving the eyes, like the slit eyes that go kind of left and right rather than up and down, kind of much like an octopus's eyes. That's looking great. Fantastic. Now it's your turn, guys. If you want to give some support to your kind of fellow workshoppers here, please do. Just give as much as you can to as many people. That's some real good stuff here. Right, back to the slideshow. So, shape and color psychology in character design. This, for the people that don't know, is going to be different from kind of different parts of the world that you're coming from. So I'm going to come from it from like a Western perspective. The color red, for instance, means something completely different kind of in the West than it does in the East. So bear that in mind when I'm going through this. If you have your own kind of way of looking at these colors, that's amazing. I teach this kind of during my kind of sessions at our university, but don't quite have the time to do that here. So next time, maybe. Animation is full of color and shape psychology. Every decision is created with the audience in mind. Where the audience is from, how old they are, and what their cultural background is becomes incredibly important to the design of your characters and your world around. This process can be boiled down to one word, and that is semiotics. Next quick little thing here. I'm going to give you 2 minutes on here to give me 2 minutes, we're fine. To give me what you think when you see of the color yellow. And I want you to put that in Padlet, please. What do you think when you see the color yellow? Let's see what I can do here. I've gone to the wrong thing. There we go. Pop open my Padlet. So just feel free to type anything. So I'm going to do yellow, and I think yellow is optimistic. Publish.
Yeah. Some people are putting it in the chat. That's in Zoom, and that's absolutely fine too.
Oh yeah. Oh, lovely.
Sort of split between the two, but lots of different interpretations of yellow, which is great.
Joy and whimsy. Do you want to give us 2 from the chat, please, Evie?
Sure. We have got so many good answers. Joy is one. Happiness. Some people are associating yellow with sort of brands or characters like Simpsons.
I was going to say I like this one. We've got SpongeBob here. Whenever I think of yellow, I do think of SpongeBob. McDonald's as well. The Golden Arches, lovely. Yeah. That optimism might spoil my presentation a little bit. Red Bull. I love it. Acidic sour. Ooh, I've not thought of that one before, but I guess you're right. Yeah, hunger, happiness. Oh yeah, hunger, happiness, greed, wealth, sunshine. Lovely. These are really, really good varied stuff. The correct answer is there is no correct answer. Essentially, this is one of those questions. You'll come across a couple of these when you go off to university, or you may have come across these in college from a particularly annoying teacher like myself. Whatever you think yellow is, that is the right answer, essentially. But to a general audience and a group of people who are going to be kind of animating, they are going to look for certain kind of colors to use for certain demographics. Let's have a look at some of them. So here, semiotics is the study of signs and symbols. Now, we had McDonald's come up in our answers, and I'm so glad that it did, because it makes this slide make loads more sense. You know that this on the right-hand side is the Golden Arches, is McDonald's. You see it and you're going to go, oh, that's a nice place to eat. Yellow, in this instance, for this marketing, communicates optimism. And we use the same stuff in animation for our kind of semiotics here, or the sign or the language of symbols and shapes. I used Inside Out as a little kind of example here. They did this absolutely wonderfully. You know, as we can see kind of off to the right hand side here, we can see some colors and what they may mean if you are kind of using them for advertising and logos here. We see these on street signs, we see them on our clothing, we see these in adverts as well. We are bombarded every single day with some sort of thing that uses color to represent something. You know, if it's for diversity, you're going to see a lot of rainbows kind of up in there. If you're going to look for balance and, you know, kind of like equalness, you're going to see a lot of gray. Peaceful is green, optimism is yellow, maybe slightly orange tint to it. Friendly is usually kind of yellow. Excitement is red. Creative is purple. Trust is blue. How lovely. Important part of everything that we look at and everything that we see, especially in animation. And let's get to a couple of examples here. So I've used some kind of shape language in here for kind of Aladdin, and some basic kind of drawings here, or sketches from Spirited Away here, part of the concept art. Wonderful film that is. Let's look at the shapes first. So we're going to look at circles, squares, and triangles. The actual shapes themselves are something called the signifier. They tell us something about the character, and the signified, or what that thing means. So circles usually in character design mean that they're fun, they're jolly, they're happy, they're cute. And you might see why I've kind of paired that with the color yellow here, because some of those colors, you know, some of those people that did kind of respond, they refer to the color yellow as fun, jolly, happy, and cute. The blue square here, sturdy, impressive, strong, heroic. We see these kind of square-based characters as something along those lines. You might have noticed that during the 5-minute kind of section that I got you guys to draw, I did a circle and a square next to my hero character and a triangle next to my villain character. It's because we associate those things with our kind of villains. We'll see a couple of examples of that soon. The red triangle here, of course, red is excitement, but it's also danger. A lot of signage that, you know, refers to danger does say something with the color red. Speed, evil, sneaky. I know for speed, Sonic's blue, but he's got spikes. It's fine. So the signifier is the actual shape itself, and the signified is what they mean. And those are the words kind of at the bottom. So we've got 2 examples here of our hero character. We've got Woody and Buzz. Nice and simple. If you've seen Toy Story, fantastic. You know who these guys are. If you haven't seen Toy Story, hopefully you can see just by these character designs that they are meant to be the good characters here. Woody on the left here has smart and styled hair. He's got a sheriff's badge, and he's got a holster with no gun. He also wears a nice smart kind of cowhide waistcoat and lovely kind of a clear belt buckle with a little buffalo on there. Woody's quite concerned with his appearance, and he wants to be seen as the leader of the gang. That's why he's got that massive sheriff's badge on his top. But he also has that gun without any holster. He has the holster without any gun. So it also shows the audience that he's the leader of the gang, but he's not done it by force. He's a peaceful character, and everybody does kind of like Woody. So that's fantastic. The yellow and red flannel shirts. Yellow is you know, warm and inviting. The red shows a little bit of excitement there. He's got a little bandana kind of tied around his neck, and that also shows that even though he might be a little bit uptight, he has that pop of excitement that comes out every so often. He's tall and thin as well, showing that, you know, his stature within the ranks of the toys, and he has round features. He has big round features, big eyes, big nose, big mouth. We can see that lovely little smile on his face. So it tells the audience that, yes, this is a character that we can associate with and that we want to be around. Buzz is a very similar character. He's got round everything, really. He's a square, kind of framed kind of gentleman with round kind of features. He's got green, white, and purple, and a Star Command and Space Ranger badges to be a difference to Woody's character, who represents the old and the new, the old way of stitching kind of toys together using fabric and wool, whereas the screws and the kind of plasticness of Buzz kind of represent, again, the new way of making toys. It's a classic tale, passing down of the torch. And to be a juxtaposition or a difference to Woody's kind of design, Buzz is also short and wide, as opposed to Woody's tall and thin. You'll see a lot of these characters coming together, and you can see from my own kind of drawings, I use that for my chef and my waiter character. Short and wide, tall and thin. They go together like peanut butter and chocolate. Here's the villain characters. I've done a classic and a new kind of style one. Jafar from Aladdin, triangular design, darker colors, tall and thin everything. Very, very kind of thin character. Again, meant to represent maybe like a sneaky kind of snake-like character. The red pops out. This is a dangerous character. How the Sultan trusted this man, I'll never know. He has very small features. His eyes, even though they look like they should be a lot bigger, they're always kind of like slightly kind of like smaller than they appear to be. The nose is small. The lips are thin and wide as well. The beard is nice and thin. I love his design. I think it's a fantastic character. All those things kind of come together to show a bit of a conniving character. I think Grima Wormtongue from Lord of the Rings as well. He also holds a weapon, a kind of golden cobra scepter there. Lotso, very similarly, also holds a weapon. He has a little mallet. He has round features, but a triangular nose. And as part of the hidden villain here, they kind of sneak in the triangular designs here. So that nose is a rounded triangle, and it's a lot darker than the rest of him. Again, kind of perhaps showing some kind of like deeper, kind of more evil intent. He's large and imposing as well, even though he's nice and round. And his eyes and ears are quite small compared to what you might want from a nice kind of cute cuddly bear. Again, showing a little bit, he's hiding something behind those big bushy eyebrows. And over the film, he's one of the only characters to get noticeably grubby throughout the entire course of the film. If you see him when he first appears, he's nice, big and purple, and he looks kind of nice and sweet. But towards the end, he's grubby and a little bit, salty. Here's a couple of examples from heroes and villains. I wanted to get like a bit of a wide kind of variety of heroes and villains. If you notice anyone that you can recognize here, thumbs up. I also like these things too, especially the big bad wolf or the death wolf from Puss in Boots. What a fantastic film that turned out to be. Goku and Feathers McGraw, and we got Spider-Man and the absolutely ginormous looking Green Goblin as well. What a lovely couple of films those are. Really kind of going into those kind of like circles and squares and triangles kind of in their designs. Even the penguin on the face of it, that's a triangle. We're already onto our brief two. Using shapes and colors to design your own character. Now it's your turn. I want to use the stuff that you've kind of learned today to get creative and turn your own character kind of into reality. I want you to really, really get like a foundation kind of on those characters with your simple shapes. Some of you may already have some characters that you like using. I know everyone calls it their OCs, their original characters, but try and come up with something new, like get a little bit kind of creative kind of up in there. Remember to mix and match your shapes kind of around. If you have a character that's a little bit, kind of sneakier than the rest of them, maybe do a lots of hug and bear kind of idea here. But don't start just yet. I want you to get a mood board, a quick mood board, first of all, for your hero or your villain character. I know some of you may use ChatGPT. That's absolutely fine for inspiration. I don't want to see anyone using ChatGPT for your final drawing here. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do a mood board. Just click it anywhere from the internet. Or if you're really, really cool, you've got a magazine on hand and you can take photos really, really quickly, absolutely go for it. Compile a little mood board. even if it's just one image at a time, kind of on the Padlet, put them up there. Other people can use that as an example and help for the next kind of part of that task. Hopefully we all know what to do. I want you to grab a mood board, just different images of heroes or villains that are going to inspire you. You've got 5 minutes to do so, and it can be from cartoons or real life. Go for it. You've got 5 minutes starting now.
Well, thank you, Lawrence. Just while people are sort of collating images together and ideas together, whether it's of like characters or outfits or color palettes that they like, I wondered if you could tell us about sort of like how you found your journey from sort of student at Norwich through to where you not are now as a sort of a teacher and a animator in your own sort of freelance world,
Yep.
as it were.
No worries. Yeah. I've had a bit of an odd career. After university, I had a couple of kind of freelance gigs kind of straight away. There was a place called Nowhere Bar in Norwich city centre, and I did some visualizations for that, and it was just a load of random colors that I could have randomized. I could have hand drew them kind of using a graphics tablet, and they seemed to like them. Seemed to like them enough for me to get another gig with them doing. It was a psychedelic Mickey Mouse piece, and so that was odd. I wasn't expecting for it to happen, but it just happened, and it was really, really fun. It was a couple of £100, so I used that to get some of my first tattoos. It was lovely. We don't all do it for the career, guys. Some of us do it for tattoos. But shortly after that, I started kind of doing kind of t-shirt designs and cards, just like card designs for people. I like drawing kind of birthday cards and Christmas cards, and so it just fell kind of naturally into my lap. At the same time, I had a job working in a petrol station, and don't feel that like when you graduate, if you do end up having one of those jobs, it's not going to be forever. And there's no shame in having those jobs. I worked at a petrol station and a pub at the same time. I worked 7 days a week. And you know what? I loved the pub job, at least. That was really, really fun. But I also was doing creative stuff off on the side. I ended up painting weirdly enough, I had a career painting kind of murals in toilets for a while when I first started teaching at a little school in Basildon called NCB Studio School. I had an old friend of mine, Dave Taylor. He's a sculptor and kind of fine artist in the Essex kind of South End area. And we painted a mural dedicated to the Julia Donaldson and Axel Scheffler children's book, The Tiddler. And that was one of the best kind of like 2 weeks of my life. It was absolutely lovely, even though we were just like by children's toilet the entire time, but it was fun. I then kind of started doing kind of little kind of shorts here and there. Almost all of them are lost to the passages of time. YouTube was doing a real kind of fun thing where they were getting rid of some old videos, and yeah, unfortunately they don't exist, so boo. But I then kind of started kind of thinking a bit more seriously about my teaching career. And so I've been, I was head of fine arts and graphic design at NCB Studio School. I then got the job where I am kind of now as the program leader for animation, purely by chance, kind of just getting into a bit of drawing. A bit of drawing, my apologies. Getting into a conversation with an old tutor of mine who suggested I go for the job, and I got it. So that was really, really good. I got my teaching degree as well about the same time. And then I did my master's course, and I've done bits of VFX kind of here and there for kind of a couple of films, uncredited. Of course, but I'm now kind of starting to kind of get back into doing kind of illustrations and things like that now that I've got a bit more kind of time in my hands, just the way that life's kind of like gone for me kind of recently. And oh, I've got a bee in here. Go away, bee. randomly a B. But yeah, so yeah, just like across the many years that I've been kind of like creating stuff and doing kind of things here and there, I've just done a load of kind of odd jobs and kind of freelanced and had a really good time with it. A bit of motion graphics here and there as well. Lots of stuff in After Effects, and designing kind of websites for people. So it's been very varied. I could go on. I've done a lot of things for money. And that's 5 minutes.
Amazing.
Luckily is up.
No, that's all good. That's all good.
Okay.
It's really interesting though, just very quickly to hear how sort of your skill set as an animator has actually sort of prepared you for work, but like within animation itself, but then also within illustration and visual effects and motion graphics and graphic design and fine arts. So it's all very transferable sort of design skills that you're learning as an animator, which is really cool.
Some of that was learned at Norwich University College of the Arts when it was called that. I'll advertise the course. The animation course is fantastic, and I had a lovely professor, Professor Susie Hanna, that I think she still comes in to do like the odd talk here and there, doesn't she? Yeah, she was wonderful. Right, got some. Got some lovely new boards here. Fantastic. Oh, I'm loving the cats kind of here and is that Horus? Lovely stuff. Evil. Lovely. We've got Darth Maul in there. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. One Punch Man. Oh, I've got to love One Punch Man. Oh, we've got some. Oh, I've got Maisie Mouse in there. Got Mr. Clever. Lovely. Mr. Men mentioned, of course. Mr. Men mentioned. Gotta love a bit of Mr. Men. I was born in 1990, everybody, so Mr. Men is always close to my heart. We've got some Miffy in there, wonderful. We've got some lovely, yeah. Of course we do. Yeah, we're moving on. Charlie Brown. I'm loving the Charlie Brown love here. Thank you to yourself for putting that in. Got some Baymax. Wonderful, lovely stuff. Thank you ever so much for putting in some examples for people. And if you haven't had time, you've not been able to, you're more than welcome to continue to put those in. If you do kind of end up finishing that section off. But I am going to move on because I'm probably going to be stretched for time. Right, you have 15 glorious minutes. Evie, you were shaking your head. Do I have more time to give them?
You're running bang on time. You're absolutely smashing this.
Banging. Yes, I'm so excited. Right, okay, so you have 15 minutes, everybody. If you don't finish your drawing, that's okay. The Padlet will still be open after the session. So if you really want to like dedicate like a proper like hour or two to this drawing, you're more than welcome to. If you've got any sketches though, that'd be really, really lovely. Sketch out your drawing first. Give it a nice kind of rough go. I always encourage my students to sketch it out, see if the silhouettes are nice and clear in there. That's probably not going to mean much to someone who doesn't know what silhouetting is, but hey, maybe if I teach at Norwich University of the Arts, I'll do a session on silhouetting. Maybe I'll do it now. If you have time and you want to redesign your character, but do it in a completely different style, you're more than welcome to. You draw like Wallace and Gromit, cool. Try, I don't know, 90s era kind of Ghost in the Shell style anime. The most varied examples I can think off the top of my head. Or draw a sidekick character, and I want you to put in your little kind of righty section of of your Padlet why you think they are a sidekick. I've just realized that I've got a capital H there. Oh, I'm sorry guys, the one mistake. So you have 15 minutes to draw your hero or your villain character. If you want to do both and you are able to do that in the time, you go for it. I want you to think of the colors as well. What colors would you have your character be? What combination of characters? I'm not going to tell you how to do that because that's going to be my advice for the end of this session. So 15 minutes starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Are you also drawing along with everyone?
Yes, I thought I would do a little kind of doodle along with you guys as well. I'm going to give myself a new page on Bamboo Paper. This is the Bamboo Paper app. It is free on the App Store, and it's absolutely lovely. And you can export this as well as screenshots or JPEGs or whatever you want. I do sessions with my students and use Discord as a way to give them kind of information kind of here and there. That is a terrible head. So I I draw my daughter quite a lot as a little kind of character. So this one's going to be quite easy for me. I'm quite a big fan at the moment of I know there's going to be some people in the audience that aren't going to be particularly happy with this, but the like the CalArt style. It's nice and easy to do. It's nice and quick, and my daughter loves it. So I can't deny that I am also one of those people that likes that style. There is some people that don't, and I completely understand why. It is rather easy and lazy. But when you get it right, you get it so right, and it looks really, really nice.
Someone had a question in the chat, if it's
go for
okay,
it.
Lawrence. Just asking, to be an animator, do you have to be great at digital drawing?
No. However, everything, this is why I changed the name, in fact, from digital animation to animation. We used to be called BA on digital animation, now it's animation. And you can probably guess by the title there, everything at some stage will be digital. You can still get by. There is an amazing amount of work being done on the film The Thief and The Cobbler. I'm so sorry if you cannot read my my doctor's handwriting here. I actually used the villain Zigzag in my advice to you guys for giving good feedback. One of my favorite character designs ever. That film is amazing. So they're doing the Thief and the Cobbler. It's called Recobbled, and you can find it on YouTube. And there is like a ton of animators, traditional animators, who are either kind of out of work or just in between jobs, kind of working on kind of remaking this film and making it in the original vision. It is a fantastic looking film. Some kind of aspects of it are kind of a little bit outdated in the way that they kind of made the film as well. There are so many sections of panning shots with lots of grids in there. The animator Richard Williams, that's kind of his baby. He started it off. Rest in peace, Richard Williams. If you don't know who Richard Williams is and you want a book to instantly look up and get ahead of the game, oh my goodness, that was meant to be a H. The Animator's Survival Guide is your one-stop shop for being an awesome animator, especially a traditional hand-drawn animator or a digital kind of hand-drawn animator. It's hard to get used to when you first start doing your digital stuff. If you still don't like it, that's okay. Paper, like animation, like good animation paper from like Coral Color or somewhere like that, will do you just fine. Personally, I think I made the biggest mistake of my life by doing my final piece for university in like pure traditional style, because it took an absolute age. The main thing that digital saves you is time. When you go off to university, you will get kind of money so you can spend and hopefully kind of get food to eat, and if you have and of course go out and have fun, but if you do have stuff left over, or if you are able to before you go off to university, I would invest in just like a small, kind of like as cheap as you can get one screen tablet. Wacom is kind of like the premium for these things. So if you have a bit of excess money and you want to spend it on like a really good Really good kind of screen. Wacom one will do. XP Pen, they're kind of like the mid to low kind of end of things. They're also like a really fantastic kind of investment as well. You can get like a like a 12-inch screen that will do absolutely fine. I had none of those things when I was at university. I had the basic Wacom Bamboo, it was called, and it was a tablet about the size of my phone. It was awful, and I developed a real loathe for for using digital stuff to produce my animations, and so that's why I've been traditional. But it's not all dead kind of in the industry traditional. There are still people, especially on like YouTube or Vimeo, is probably your higher grade kind of better stuff for finding kind of traditional kind of animations. I would recommend looking on there because there are still people doing some really good stuff on there. So whilst it isn't entirely gone away, it is a very niche market that if you want to make a living out of, please put your CV into your nearest petrol station or pub so you can have some income in order to profit off of that and use that money to put into your kind of animation projects. But there are a few kind of out there that do exist. Hopefully that's an answer that is okay. Sorry.
No, thank you. It's nice because there's other people sort of within the chat today have sort of put their 2 cents in and sort of been sharing tips and things to watch and things to read. And it's
Oh,
lovely.
lovely.
And I'm really enjoying all the like fun facts about animations and series and things that are coming in. Especially about Wreck-It Ralph. I'm loving all the Wreck-It Ralph fun facts that are coming in.
Oh, like
Um,
how that was going to be a 2D animation originally and stuff like that.
No, just sort of on the sort of symbolism of it, about how so Lily May pointed out how King Candy has a yellow visor on his racing
Uh-huh.
helmet, which they believe is supposed to be foreshadowing because Turbo has bright yellow eyes. So that's a very
Yep.
nice way in which they use color psychology. And Caitlin pointed out how the castle is pink because
Mm-hmm.
obviously it was made for Vanellope,
Mm-hmm.
which is why he's so then insecure about it. And he's scared he'll be figured out. It's all very subtle, but it's really lovely to see how everyone's picking up on that color psychology off the
All
back of
intentional.
today's
It's wonderful.
conversation.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
If anyone likes the work of like Satoshi Kon as well, Paprika has a lot of this going on, a lot of foreshadowing. The two Ghost of the Shell films, the animated ones. I know there's one for Standalone Complex as well. Please don't out me. They also do a lot of that stuff in there. That you're absolutely correct. It's like I I know Disney gets a lot of hate at the moment, and yeah, absolutely. For some of their stuff, they really should get the hate that they deserve. However, they are the masters of storytelling, and even the less good films. Um, I know the oh my goodness, I can't even remember the name of the film. Wish, there we go. Wish. I know that's not seen as the best film in the world. I get you, and everyone was kind of put off by the style initially. I don't know, man. It's got some really good parts in it. I quite like the villain's big number. I don't know, but that's got a lot of kind of foreshadowing in there. I mean, he's the most obvious villain we've had for a very long time. If you didn't see that one coming, I'm sorry. And spoiler alert for the reveal of the villain being the king. And yeah, I think that one is okay. Oh, it's an okay film. Gets unfairly lauded, and I'm sure if I look into the chat, I've gone wrong again. My goodness. Um, uh, Hopefully I don't get too much hate, but I'm gonna have a little kind of like whiz through of some stuff that's coming up here. Ooh, totally totally restarting because I had not drawn original characters. That's okay. That's okay. Hey, look, if you if you're gonna use something as inspiration, use it as inspiration. I like the fact that that some people are kind of starting off with things that I'm going to then tell you to not exactly not do, but kind of move on from as well. Ah, yeah. Ah, yes, 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 yes. Top top marks there. Kim, Scott Pilgrim, fantastic. Some really good stuff. Yeah, this is yeah. You'll see why this one is going to be a big thumbs up from me. Like this here. Like Evie knows what I'm talking about here. The next couple of slides after this. Oh, just to update you, we were at 420, but we are now at 415. Subtle, of course. My new hero. This I'm loving this dude. Give me some backstory about this character.
Right. It reminds me, oh, they remind me of, do you remember, this is going to show my age as well. Do you remember the toxic sweet
I
things that you
do.
used to get? Those
Yes.
sort of canisters, that's what
Yeah,
brings to
the
mind with
carrots on the
those, but
front
that's
there, yeah.
fantastic.
Some good stuff here. Good stuff here. Getting I'm getting like a Victorian kind of vibe from this one, of course. Victorian kind of stuff is very, very in steampunk styles. I instantly went to Borderlands for some reason, so forgive me. I love the Borderlands franchise, so that's again perhaps showing my age and my particular taste in in stuff. This guy, yes, yes, it is good to see some some stuff that I definitely can recognize it in here. Sour Girl. Loving the sour colors here. That is sour to me. We've got purple on a lemon. Lovely stuff, Sour Girl. This is crazy. Whatever it is, I love it. Reminds me of like a demon version of Earthworm Jim. Don't know if Evie would agree there. You're
Yes,
of a
yeah,
similar age to me.
yes.
Oh, now this reminds me, what is that animator's name? I'm going to cheat. Going to cheat. What is her name? I love her work. Uh, okay. Oh my goodness. Is it? It's not Alison DeVere. Joanna Quinn. Joanna Quinn. There we go. I recognized the name. Joanna Quinn. If you want some awesome, awesome animation, Joanna Quinn is your gal. Absolutely fantastic. A little bit sort of adult in nature sometimes, but she's well worth a watch. And for the person who do you remember who asked that question about traditional animation?
I can find it. Um, Cinderella
Thank you
asked.
very much, Cindrana. This lass right here, this lass right here. Look up her work. She is amazing, absolutely amazing. Oh my goodness, the boy, the fox, the blah 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 blah, the mole, the I can't remember the other one, the horse. There we go. That animated short that was all traditional as well. Oh my goodness, I'm going back on an old question here. I'm sorry, everybody, but yeah, I love all this stuff. So yeah, it does still exist. It's very niche, like Christmas, Christmas specials, that kind of stuff. But yeah, so if you can get into, oh, I've got 20 seconds left. There's a fantastic studio that does stuff that traditional still. It's called The Line. Also, Brown Bag. and that says bag, not Brambay. Who else? Oh no!
It's
There's our
okay.
timer. There's our
We
timer.
don't. It's okay.
If you wouldn't mind putting what your progress so far kind of into the Padlet. It doesn't matter if it's not finished. It's okay. I'm not going to laugh at you if it's not finished. I just want to see your progress so far, because as we know, as animators, stuff takes a long, long time. Wallace and Gromit took 8 years. Like the Curse of the Were Rabbit took 8 years to make, a long old time. And the next one, Matter of Loaf and Death, took so long to make that the main voice of Wallace died during that time. Rest in peace. You know, it's just one of those things that happens. I might have remembered the name of it. Blue Zoo. Blue Zoo. Blue Zoo. Specifically Brighton Zoo. Is another studio that works almost entirely with 2D kind of stuff. So the line is 2D. They did the Gorillaz music videos. So if you are really cool like me and you love Gorillaz and the work of Jamie Hewlett will be your new obsession. I'm sure, as he was when I was at university. Might be able to tell by my particular style of doing things that I love Jamie Hewlett's work. But yeah, sorry. From that one Joanna Quinn looking drawing, I had a diatribe of that. So yeah, like fill this up if you can. Uh, from stuff making sense. Yeah, I can see that. It's almost a little bit Tim Burton as well in a way. I love this blue as well. For those of you who don't know, blue in animation is used like a lot. It comes from the fact that back in the day that blue wouldn't be picked up by the cameras that they would use to take photos of the finalized kind of drawings. So literally just called blue pencil. Like really, really easy. I love this cat. It's almost Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but I love that little. Is that a scarf? I hope it's a scarf, but I love it. We've got some color, kind of story, kind of going on there. I love this kind of triangular, kind of almost diamond kind of shape to the head here. Very nice, slim and sleek. God, I'd love to see this kind of tidied up a little bit and could have been kind of more kind of in it with those lines as well. That's something that I got like a lot when I was at university as well. Like, be more precise with your lines. I get it's a sketch, but yeah, I personally I love a sketch, but I know kind of what they're going to be kind of looking at. Could have been industry. Like give us some clean lines in there and let's see how it looks. It's not going to look as dynamic, and that's unfortunately the case for a lot of stuff. It's not as dynamic as the early sketches like this. Like this is a lovely kind of, a lovely sketch here. I really, really like this. Got a lot of glasses on here. Again, very kind of anime inspired as well. Give me the rest of this body. Like, give me all of it. Like, I want more. like even this is great. This is like the face looks like a coffin. This is obviously going to be a villain, or I hope it's going to be a villain. If it's going to be a good guy, then maybe rethink it. But yeah, I love this. Love this kind of coffin kind of shaped head. I think that's really cool. Have you seen anything, any of these that you like the look of, Evie?
So many. The visual style's just very cool. There was a
I love this name, by the way. Sorry.
yeah, that's great. It looks like should be sort of a artificer in like a very obscure D&D campaign. Anyway,
I love that we thought the same thing.
yeah. Yes, I really like Adventurous Mongoose's villain sketch. It reminds me of like a villain that you might see in a Studio Ghibli film. It's almost a cross between Howl's Moving Castle and the sort of the witch's bodyguards. It's almost like a fusion of the two.
Castlevania.
Yes. Thank you. Probably a simpler reference to
Or
get.
maybe cross with Vampire Hunter D or something like that.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. I'm very drawn to stuff that's slightly fantastical. So,
Oh, there we go. You
yeah.
got a fan here, Adventurous
And
Mongoose.
and
Puppet.
Shy Chinchilla's Shy Little Robot Man
Oh,
is
is that below
also,
here?
it's above to the left a little
Oh,
bit.
this one.
Oh, that one,
This,
yeah.
yeah, this reminds
Just
me
caught my
of
eye.
the robot I drew in. I did a stop motion of in that that showreel. Uh, I think the greatest film of all time is The Iron Giant.
Iron Giant,
Uh,
yes.
it is. I'm sorry if you have a different answer, but it's the wrong answer. The best film of all time is The Iron Giant. Okay. And I hold everything up to the scale of The Iron Giant, and the wild robot nearly filled in all the letters of The Iron Giant for me. So I'm just a sucker for robots. So I also love this. This is lovely. So almost Iron Man inspired hands there. That's cool. Hole in his chest. Is that where his heart goes? Reduced me to tears on a drawing. It's not the first time, genuinely.
Have you seen Molly's monkey sidekick with a banana signal? It's a very, very cute little sidekick sketch from Molly.
Shout if you see it.
It's
Oh, this
in the
one here.
middle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's so cute. I love him. You know what? Courageous Chinchilla. I also. It sounds very weird shouting out Courageous Chinchilla, but I also feel the same. The banana symbol has gone up, and a nice little bit of yellow there. I love seeing a bit of traditional stuff here as well. I know we've had like one or two bits that we've looked at, but I just want to point out that I am a big fan of the traditional as well as the digital. So like he responds to his banana signal. There we go. Sorry, I've got Evie's face in my top right hand corner. So if I struggle to read something, it's because I've got Evie's face there.
It's my fault. That's okay.
No, it's not your fault. No. Ooh, Cat Hero. I wanna have suggestions of this Cat Hero's name. Hercules.
Oh, fantastic. It has to be pun based, I think.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
That was bad, wasn't it? Mother Goose.
That's
an
brilliant.
Extreme moralist. I'm getting a Handmaid's Tale vibes maybe from Extreme Moralist there.
Yeah.
Perhaps. I love the orange beak with the yellow and the blue there. It's very nice kind of color dynamics that you've got going on there. Really, and I'm guessing the dress is going to be white as well because you know she's a moralist, and you've got to get across the purity of them. I love it, and she's called Mother Goose as well. Like it's lovely. It's lovely. Real good thought coming into these. A bit of advice that I won't kind of give in the PowerPoint, but I'll give it to you now is think of a backstory behind these characters. You know, what would they, what would they do if they were trapped in a lift? There is a fantastic website that does kind of teachy kind of stuff. It's called the Khan Academy, and they have something called Pixar in a box. I know I said I'd draw along with you guys, but I've just ended up scribbling everywhere. Pixar in a box is a fantastic thing to use as part of your research as an animator. It goes through kind of character design, it goes through semiotics as well. It goes through kind of different scenarios that your characters could be in and what they might want to do. Every character has a want and every character has a need. What do they want to do? What do they want to achieve in their time on screen? And what do they need? What do they need to do in order to do it? Or what do they need in general? Things that are going to help to form the backstory of your characters. And I rip that off every single year with my students because some students will just draw something, not think about it, and that's cool. That's also fine. But if you want like a really memorable character, draw from stuff like this. And very important, 3-letter word, you. Use your own experiences, use who you are as well in your own work. If you have a want or a need that is relatable to a lot of people, hey, we've all been lonely, we've all been happy, we've all been sad, we've all been angry. And the more you put stuff in there like that, the more relatable and interesting and just universal your character will become. Anyway, sorry, Evie. Right, I'll get back to the presentation now.
Good. All good. We're sort of, I think, behind the scenes, Gavin and I are trying to collate all the sort of references and that to like animators and things that you've said to look at. So we'll try and collate that for everybody. A sort of part of the worksheet that goes out. So don't panic if you're not getting all of the references written down. We'll do our best to collate them for you.
I did warn Evie and Gavin that I can speak for England. So yes, I am one of those people, unfortunately. Oh, we've done that. And as I was saying before, Mod Robot, I didn't put the Iron Giant in here because I was told off before for using the Iron Giant too many times. Not by Evie or Gavin, but by my own colleagues. So how to develop and redesign your characters further. Don't worry if you've heard this advice before. It's just a little bit of advice that I give to my students. Even my third year sometimes need this advice kind of put to them. So create multiple color palettes for your character. As you can see here, I've literally got something from Google called Earthly Tones, and some of these colors work very nicely together. Look up different palettes and swatches online, or look at clothing and fashion magazines for colors that work together. I know you guys are all much younger than me, and you probably don't use a magazine at all, or have never had a magazine in your life, but they did exist, and they are very good resources that you can use. I'm sure your teachers, who are probably the same age or older than me, will go, here is a magazine, and you go, I'll look on Google or Bing if you are mad. But they are really good resources to use for looking up kind of these little bits of information. And these guys will have this PowerPoint as well, won't they? Oh, fantastic. So if you want to steal any of these color palettes, feel free. They are online though, so don't go too kind of mad with all that kind of stuff. Clothing, look at examples of clothing in fashion magazines again, or of people that you like the look of as well. So like, you know, it could be like a famous person that you're like, oh, they're really cool. I want to do a character with like a similar style. And so you're going to look up, you know, a couple of different outfits that they may have worn. I might look at like Timothée Chalamet and I go, oh, he looks really good in that outfit. I'm going to draw a character that looks a little bit like Timothée Chalamet. But that might not be my end character design. I might start off with someone that looks like him, but end up with someone looking completely different, but with just the style of clothes that character that Timothée Chalamet wears. Looking up character design, clothing inspiration isn't enough sometimes, and put in the time and effort to find outfits that work. So I put in 10 seconds of effort to go a little bit further than that, rather than just put in that one prompt. And I went to the Next website, the clothing outlet Next. Here are my examples. These people look quite well dressed. I'm not asking you to create models. You know, I want you to also be able to create kind of people that, you know, you would find on the street, but these people you might find on the street as well. I've seen people wearing these clothes quite a lot. I like the outlet Next, as well as Choice. Choice is really good for a bargain. So please have a look at kind of different websites. Boohoo also does some kind of mock-ups of people in outfits rather than just the one set of clothes. Look on, and like if you're looking for like jewelry websites will do you kind of just fine as well. Sometimes they'll have like a model with it on their hand or their arm, and it's really good to get a reference of how something might hang or something might move as well if they have videos accompanying them. And my last kind of bit of advice, I'm sure it's not going to be the last one today, is research into other styles and give them a go. You have nothing to lose here. If you find that you've not got a style yourself, or a style, I'm going to use quotation marks for that one because what is a style, essentially. But if that doesn't work, then stop and move on to the next one. But if you aren't enjoying it, you know, that fun has stopped. And so when the fun stops, stop. I just again kind of rip this off the internet, and there's a couple of styles of this person drawing herself in different kind of intellectual properties here. Tim Burton's one, of course. I'm sure someone's going to absolutely love that. I do. I went to the Tim Burton exhibition in London at the Design Museum, and it was fantastic. I would have liked to have seen a little bit kind of more of his earlier stuff, or something from Big Eyes or something like that. But beggars can't be choosers, unfortunately. But yeah, got a little Pokemon reference in here. So, whoop, Pokemon. What did we learn today? Shapes are the foundation of your character designs and can convey what your audience is meant to feel towards them. Colors and style show their personality and show your audience a little bit more about your characters and their motivations. Researching into other character designs is great, but doesn't get you as far as you might think. Look around you. Look at websites that have examples of clothing and different looking people. This world is a wonderful and amazing place full of wonderful and amazing people. Start building a mood board for your inspirations, for your characters, full of inspiration. And I know this is not a mood board, but it's from one of my favorite films, Paprika. If you're if you like a bit of psychological horror in your animations and you're old enough to watch it, please enjoy. And yeah, Mickey Mouse is waving you goodbye, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
We do, just before people run away, we do have some time sort of for questions and answers. I've got a couple lined up already that have been asked in the chat already. So in the last sort of 10-15 minutes or so, if people are happy to, if they've got questions, please ask them. Continue drawing in your last 10 minutes. But Lawrence, someone would like to know, do you
so I'm just looking at stuff here.
That's okay. Do you need to do an animation degree to be an animator? So the person that asked this is sort of looking both at animation and illustration. So it'd be lovely to know.
Just before I answer this question, thumbs up to B-Tester here. This is
that's great.
Kino. No, you don't have to do an animation degree to do that. However, if you do want to kind of flex your creative muscles a little bit before you go out into the big wide world and get your stuff out there, it's always worth it to do it. You get 3 years to kind of develop your skills and your styles. I'm not going to go like, hey, absolutely do a degree, but if you feel ready to go off and do that stuff now, go for it. Build up a portfolio, start practicing, get books like the Animator Survival Guide, or get oh goodness me, character designing for animation. I have many number of books here that might help as well. The Illusion of Life by Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnston, two of the 9 old men who helped to spearhead the principles of animation. And if you don't know what the principles of animation are, please look it up. There are 12 of them to look into. That might be some homework for someone who is really, really interested. The second Walt of Disney, Walt Stanchfield, did a fantastic series of lectures at Disney well, for his entire life, really. But he did 2 volumes of Drawn to Life. They are absolutely wonderful. Hopefully you can see both books in the camera. They are relatively inexpensive. If you can go to secondhand kind of book stores as well, I'm sure someone will have it. They are absolutely wonderful and give you a load of really, really good kind of advice on drawing and quickly kind of pinning things down. Like, instead of taking 5 minutes to do like a life drawing of someone, take 10 seconds, but you're just doing the outside line. How quickly can you convey the outside line of a person to an audience? That's how long you have in an animation sometimes to get something across. And that's everything that we've done today with our semiotics. But the short answer, no.
Cool. Might have to keep answers quite short because I've actually got quite a few for you, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely, no worries.
So, I mean, this isn't specifically about animation, but someone has asked, for someone who's interested in getting into tattooing and tattoo design, do you recommend a fine art course, or would you recommend something like illustration, animation?
I think illustration is closer, personally. Fine arts, goodness me, it's been many, many years since I was at Norwich, but where the fine art course that we've got at South Essex College, very heavily kind of focused on installation pieces. So you might find that they go for more kind of modern kind of installation pieces kind of at Norwich. Again, if I'm wrong on that one, forgive me. There was a course called Visual Studies that was almost completely installation pieces. But anyway, so illustration, in short, is probably closer to your answer, or animation. One of my students was a tattoo artist directly after. I'm not going to say their name because, of course, GDPR, but they are a tattoo artist now. They graduated 2 years ago, and they're doing really, really well with their career.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would say as well, sort of from my point of view, if you're interested in sort of tattoo design or sort of art in that respect, if you're thinking about higher education, look at a course that gives you the flexibility to sort of be your own creative practitioner, so you can make that course what you want to do. Our fine art course at Norwich is very much like that. Or you can look at more specific sort of body art design courses. They are out there, they do exist for that, just for you for those.
There are tattoo degrees as well.
Yes. Another question someone asks, would it be best to start looking sort of at small animation studios once you get your degree, sort of within the animation industry, or sort of I guess the question is sort of what's the next step after your degree? Do you look for a small studio, big studio, freelance?
If you want to shoot for a big studio, go for it. What have you got to lose? You got nothing to lose. The only thing that you might find from like bigger studios is a big no, but it's more the jobs that you're going for. Go for junior positions. Go for either junior positions or I can't remember the term for it now. It's not junior positions. Sometimes it will be like, I don't know, beginners, or it'll be something along the wording of like junior or entry or interns. So if there's any internships, go for those. If there are any kind of junior positions, go for those. You'll find less kind of junior positions in smaller studios, but smaller studios might be crying out for like new talent as well. I know that sounds like a wishy-washy answer. However, that's kind of the reality of it. Please don't get put off by putting your CV or, like your portfolio to someone like Disney. Why not? Like, take the punt. Like, go for it. Like, you've got nothing to lose. You're young, you're free, like, do what you feel is right. But look for look at the job title first. They'll say entry level. That's what I was trying to find. Entry level in my brain, and junior positions. Those are the ones that you should be going for. And honestly, if you have like a tiny bit of skill in it, go for any job. You can always go across. It's much easier just to get in and then go across, rather than go for like, massive, big time animator kind of in there. If it's a junior position kind of on the floor doing something, then go for it. Go across, don't go up instantly. If that makes sense.
Do you think, this is another question, sort of semi-related, I guess it's sort of pros and cons of working as a freelancer versus working sort of as a traditional employee for
Yes,
like
yeah.
a company. Are there any sort of obvious like perks to either of those, or would you say it's sort of
If you are
weigh them up?
if you're incredibly lucky to get a permanent position, you have beaten the lottery. It is hard to do, but you can do it if you are willing to slog it out for 3 to 5 years as essentially a freelancer in the industry, because the industry is almost entirely made up of freelancers and the odd people who are very, very lucky enough and maybe the bosses got a child to be there more permanently. Um, you will get a permanent position or are able to get a permanent position much easier than someone kind of instantly coming in. But just be warned that there are layoffs in the industry sometimes when work is slow. We had a real bad time over COVID. A couple of my students and colleagues who pop in and out of kind of industry from time to time, they were pretty much laid off, kind of one after the other. But it is picking up. There's a lot more jobs nowadays than there ever were, especially back in my day. I went through, the recession in 2008, and that was like my first year of uni, so that was great. But you guys are in a much better position where there is not just one avenue to do these things. There are just so many ways to get out there and earn your crust, as it were.
Yeah. Cool, thank you. I just want to sort of add to that. I
Go
think
for
if
it.
you're setting up as like your creative portfolio, whether it's as an animator, illustrator, whatever you want to be, if you're setting that up, it puts you in a really good stead to sort of try the freelance world and be doing that while you potentially might be looking for employment elsewhere. And that portfolio will set you up for both avenues. So that's sort of my small bit of advice.
Absolutely.
Last question. There are a lot of questions that are unanswered, so I might have to get back to people after this event. But I know there's a lot of people wondering what happened in the Diglett Dig, Lawrence.
So let's go up to Diglett Dig. So every year, I take my students. I'm so sorry. I take my students to Japan. As I did put that in here, and I decided one day that I was really bored. We've gone to Japan. How can you be bored? I know, possibly undiagnosed with certain things, but I I saw this massive bowl in I think it was in Mitaka, and I put my head in it, and my students laughed, and one of them said, "Hold on, let's take a photo." And this photo then ended up on our Discord. Um, we have a channel literally just called Lawrence Pictures, where they will take random pictures of myself in the wonderful town centre of Basildon. If you've been to Basildon, you know what I mean. It's a lovely place. But yeah, so they'll just take random pictures of me, and this ended up being on there, and they were like Pokemon, and they put the caption as Diglett Dig. So I am a Diglett. Enjoy
There you
enjoy this
go.
image.
Now you know. Lovely. Thank you so much. I know it was a burning question for a few people. Yes, so just before we finish up, as we are running out of time, very sadly, we would love to get your feedback on today's session. So I'm just going to pop a poll in the chat now. So that should pop up on your screen. I'd love to get a little bit of feedback on how you thought today went. But also, please do keep an eye out on your inboxes for our end of series feedback form, which will be sent round. At the end of the summer holidays, you have a chance of winning a £75 Love to Shop voucher. The winner will be selected at random, and you can see the T's and C's on our summer school webpage. So particularly if you've done more than one summer summer school session with us, please do fill that in for us as well. Lawrence, would you mind just flicking back to the presentation just so we can talk about next week's session?
I was enjoying the perhaps Crash Bandicoot inspired stuff.
That's okay. So we have a session next week. It is Beyond the Label. It's all about neurodiversity and career empowerment. So it's all about sort of navigating the creative field as someone who is neurodiverse. I can't speak at the end of today. We would love to see you there. Please do sign up for it on our website. If you can't make it, you will be able to access all of our workshops through recordings and worksheets as long as you are signed up. We are also offering you the opportunity to receive a sort of summer school certificate, which you can talk about in any sort of UCAS personal statement that you might be putting together. So, and I know a lot of people have asked this in the chat, in order to do this and to get this certificate, you will need to send us your outcomes from at least 3 summer school sessions. So you can send those 3 outcomes to us in preferably in one email to student.recruitment@norwichuni.ac.uk. Gavin has just put that in the chat for you as well. So send us your 3 outcomes by email. You can do it on one email or do it separately as and when you remember to do it. That's totally fine. So the outcomes can be something that you've made as part of one of our workshops, or something that you have made afterwards in response to something that you've learned in one of our sessions sort of over the summer. Obviously, you've all been putting stuff on Padlet. If you feel so inclined to be putting things on your Instagram stories of what you've made today, please do tag us on Instagram. We love to see it. We are at Norwich Uni Arts or at Norwich Uni_outreach. And we'll be sharing some of our favourites from throughout the series. So thank you so much, Lawrence, for running this session today. And thank you so much to everybody who has joined in. It's been a really fun, engaged, very chatty session, and we've had some really wonderful character designs today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day wherever you are, whether it's the UK or Hong Kong, Singapore, and you're not melting too much if you are in the UK. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining. If I can stay on with Gavin and Lawrence at the end, we'll say goodbye to everyone. But thank you very much for joining us today. And hopefully we'll see you next week.